All right, anyone brave enough to read theirs aloud?
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 hardest rom-com monologues to perform.
Now tell me the one thing I don't know. Tell me if this plan of mine has worked. Tell me if it's made you fall in love with me.
For this list, we'll be looking at the romantic comedy speeches that require actors to go all in. As some of these moments come in pivotal scenes, there will be spoilers. What's your favourite rom-com monologue? Let us know in the comments below.
If you like what you're hearing, be sure to check out the full song at the link below.
Number 10. The Rest of Your Life, When Harry Met Sally. After we've spent the entire film wondering will they or won't they about the titular best friends, Harry finally makes a decision.
I came here tonight because when you realize you want to spend the rest of your life with somebody, you want the rest of your life to start as soon as possible.
On New Year's Eve, he tracks down Sally at a party and says those 3 special words.
I love you.
What?
I love you.
How do you expect me to respond to this?
At first, she doesn't believe him, which forces Harry to go into a lengthy speech listing off all the things he loves about her.
I love that it takes you an hour and a half to order a sandwich. I love that you get a little crinkle above your nose when you're looking at me like I'm nuts. I love that after I spend a day with you, I can still smell your perfume on my clothes. And I love that you are the last person I want to talk to before I go to sleep at night.
What makes this monologue challenging is that it completely relies on Billy Crystal convincing his scene partner, Meg Ryan, that he is in fact in love with her. Luckily, he pulls it off, and the characters ring in the new year together. Number 9. Waiting for Rain, A Cinderella Story. In this modern-day adaptation of the classic fairy tale, Hilary Duff assumes the role of the mistreated and overworked Cinderella figure, Sam. After being hurt by her love interest, a football player named Austin, she confronts him in the locker room right before a big game.
Okay, just listen.
No, you listen. You turned out to be exactly who I thought you were. I never pretended to be somebody else. It's been me all along. And it was me who was hurt in front of everybody.
From the second she storms in, everything is laid out on the line. Duff's directness and focus convey character growth and gets the audience to empathize with her pain.
I know what it feels like to be afraid to show who you are. I was, but I'm not anymore. And the thing is I really don't care what people think about me. Because I believe in myself. And I know that things are gonna be okay.
It's one of the highlights of the movie and leaves us with this iconic closing remark.
I know that guy that sent those emails is somewhere down inside of you. But I can't wait for him. Because waiting for you is like waiting for rain in this drought. Useless and disappointing.
Number 8. Done Being in Love with You, The Holiday. From the get-go, viewers know that Iris's ex-boyfriend Jasper is bad news, so when he flies from England to California to visit her, we know his romantic gesture is ill-fated. After revealing that he's still engaged to another woman, Iris grows a backbone and puts him in his place.
Babe.
Shush! You broke my heart. You acted like somehow it was my fault, my misunderstanding, and I was too in love with you to ever be mad at you, so I just punished myself for years!
With her listing off all the ways Jasper has mistreated her, the scene provides an emotional charge thanks to the indomitable performance from Kate Winslet.
It's over. This twisted, toxic thing between us is finally finished. I'm miraculously done being in love with you.
The monologue, written by rom-com queen Nancy Myers, is the perfect Christmas gift for us and for anyone who's ever felt powerless to stand up for themselves.
Now!
What exactly has got into you?
I don't know. But I think what I've got is something slightly resembling gumption.
Number 7. Funeral Blues, 4 Weddings and a Funeral. About 2/3 of the way through, 4 Weddings and a Funeral throws the audience a curveball when it kills off one of its supporting characters, Gareth. During the funeral, his partner Matthew, played by John Hannah, delivers a heartbreaking eulogy.
The most splendid, replete, big-hearted, weak-hearted as it turned out, and jolly bugger most of us ever met.
Hannah's performance is captivating as viewers hang on to every word and beat. He perfectly encapsulates the sorrow of loss and grief, using both his own words and those of poet W.H. Auden with the piece Funeral Blues.
My noon, my midnight, my talk, my song. I thought that love would last forever. I was wrong.
There are many moments in this 90s rom-com that have us reaching for the tissues, but this one tugs at our heartstrings the most.
Pour away the ocean and sweep up the wood. For nothing now can ever come to any good.
Number 6. There's a history here. The story of us. In this late 90s flick, husband and wife Ben and Katie are close to ending their long-time marriage after attempting to salvage their damaged relationship. At the end of the film, Katie, played by Michelle Pfeiffer, throws out a lifeline by delivering this heartfelt monologue.
There's a history here, and histories don't happen overnight. You know, in Mesopotamia or ancient Troy or somewhere back there, there are cities built on top of other cities, but I don't want to build another city. I like this city.
In a last-ditch effort to make things work, she sobs her way through, revealing what their history together means to her.
That's a dance you perfect over time. And it's hard. It's much harder than I thought it would be, but there's more good than bad, and you don't just give up.
The writing requires Pfeiffer to really go for it and prove to Ben, played by Bruce Willis, that their marriage is worth saving.
Let's face it, anybody's going to have traits that get on your nerves. I mean, why shouldn't it be your annoying traits? And I'm no day at the beach, but I do have a good sense of direction, so at least I can find the beach, which is not a criticism of yours, it's just a...
In the end, the two come together, and it's all because of her gutting delivery. Number 5. You Complete Me, Jerry Maguire. Serving up one of the most iconic movie quotes of all time, this monologue from Jerry Maguire is one of the best scenes in the sports-themed flick. After the two separate, Jerry returns to make amends with his wife, Dorothy.
I'm not letting you get rid of me. How about that?
Surrounded by Dorothy's disapproving friends and her sister, he proceeds with caution. It's a quiet and very still performance by Tom Cruise that is heavy with feeling, but light on the dramatics.
I couldn't hear your voice or laugh about it with you. I miss my wife.
The stakes are higher than ever for the sports agent, but his last sentence saves the day and their marriage.
You complete me. And I just had...
Shut up. Just shut up. You had me at hello.
Number 4. A friend loves a friend. Love, Rosie. Wedding toasts are no easy feat. They can be awkward, cringy, and revealing, which is exactly what happens to Rosie Dunn.
Choosing the person that you want to share your life with is one of the most important decisions any of us makes. Ever.
She starts off giving a well-received speech, but soon goes off script as she, incidentally, confesses her feelings for her best friend and the groom, Alex.
I hope I didn't take it for granted. I think maybe I did. Because sometimes you don't see that the best thing that's ever happened to you is sitting there, right under your nose.
The room goes quiet and the guests try to decipher whether or not she's speaking about him as a friend or something more. Thanks to a little thing called nuance, Lily Collins keeps everything from unraveling. It's a hard balance to strike, but she executes it perfectly.
Like, a sister loves a brother, and a friend loves a friend. I'll always stand guard over your dreams, Alex.
Number 3. Beaten at your own game. Down with Love. A nostalgic tribute to the swinging 60s, this groovy flick follows author Barbara Novak, who makes a startling revelation that throws everyone for a loop.
I don't expect you to remember me. I wasn't a blonde then. But you did ask me out, and it broke my heart to say no. But I loved you too much. I couldn't bear to become just another notch in your bedpost.
When writer and Casanova catcher Block falls for her after pretending to be someone else, Barbara similarly reveals that she's not actually Barbara. In fact, She's Catcher's former secretary, Nancy Brown, who was in love with him during her tenure. She's put on the whole act in order to give the ladies' man a taste of his own medicine.
I knew that since I was pretending to be a girl who would have sex on the first date, you would have to pretend to be a man who wouldn't have sex for several dates. And in doing so, we would go out on lots of dates.
The confession is over 3 minutes long, with the camera staying on Renee Zellweger's face the entire time. It's an impressive shot, an even more impressive performance by Zellweger, as she commands us to absorb her every word.
And when you realized that you had finally met your match, I would have at last gained the respect that would make you want to marry me first and seduce me later.
Number 2. 10 Things I Hate About You. 10 Things I Hate About You. In one of the most iconic scenes from any teen rom-com, protagonist Kat Stratford gives a teary-eyed performance that could make even the most stoic of moviegoers crack.
I hate it. I hate the way you're always right. I hate it when you lie. I hate it when you make me laugh. Even worse when you make me cry.
Her world falls apart after finding out that her love interest, Patrick, was paid to date her. Heartbroken and angered by the cruel setup, she reads an original poem inspired by Shakespeare's Sonnet 141 aloud in class. At first, Kat seems to be venting.
I hate the way you talk to me and the way you cut your hair. I hate the way you drive my car. I hate it when you stare. I hate your big dumb combat boots and the way you read my mind. I hate you so much it makes me sick. It even makes me rhyme.
However, during her presentation, she confesses that despite everything, she still does love Patrick. Julia Stiles absolutely crushes this moment by letting her defenses down and capturing the emotional weight of being a teen in love.
I hate it when you're not around and the fact that you didn't call. But mostly I hate the way I don't hate you. Not even close. Not even a little bit. Not even at all.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Old Helen is Gone. Diary of a Mad Black Woman. On the outside, some marriages look perfect, but behind closed doors, it's a whole other story.
I was your wife. I loved you. I never would have hurt you. Why did you do this to me?
Diary of a Mad Black Woman tackles this fact through the journey of Helen Simmons McCarter, a housewife who is verbally and emotionally mistreated by her husband. Even after initiating divorce proceedings and surviving a shooting, Charles continues to mistreat Helen, who is at the end of her rope.
Old Helen is gone. And you will not talk to me like that.
She rightfully lashes out at him, ripping into all the pain he caused and revealing that his mistress has taken everything from him.
Got me all stressed out, my hair falling out, my weight up and down, can't keep anything down. 2 miscarriages. You took life from me and you never even said I'm sorry.
Kimberly Elise's performance here is worthy of applause as she holds nothing back and gives Helen all the agency she deserves.
Do you agree with our picks? Let us know in the comments. And hey, if you're a fan of the song playing right now, be sure to check out the music video for it right here.